When we have a headache or any kind of pain, it is very difficult to know what to eat. Let me give you yet another choice. You've heard of Gazpacho, the Spanish tomato soup. Well, here is a variation that is delicious for the summer. Simple to prepare and very refreshing. This is watermelon gazpacho. Here are the ingredients. Come join me. We have watermelon, we have tomatoes, we have onion, optional garlic, optional pepper, and I say optional because most likely you want to put it in, but you don't actually have to. Optional cucumber, and then, of course, the spices or the things to add on. So we have olive oil, and you want to be generous with olive oil. I always make the joke that in Spain we say a little bit off, and it's a bunch off, really. Salt. I like to add Himalayan salt just because it's healthier, but you can add any type of salt, sea salt that you would like. Balsamic vinegar and some mint. Mint gives it a little bit of an extra kick, a little bit of extra flavor to make a watermelon gazpacho very fresh. The only other thing you need is a food processor. So this is where I put everything in the food processor and cover my ears. So I'm now going to go ahead and cut everything, and I'll meet you at the food processor. See you in a while. Welcome back. All the different ingredients have been cut and we are ready to add them to the food processor. So here we go, the moment of truth. Actually, the moment of truth is when we get to taste it. But this is the moment of truth to making this watermelon delicious gazpacho. I really would add the watery ingredients first. So things like watermelon and tomato first, because tip, a food processor likes having some fluid first. I don't recommend putting in dry ingredients in a food processor at the bottom. It's a heavy plate, sorry.
I think that's that.
So I am telling you the recipe at the bottom. I'm going to write it down for you. But just so you know, I am actually putting in a little bit less of the recipe just because this food processor is small. So I would have to make it in 2 batches. Next, we're going to add the tomatoes. And it's a good thing food processors, for the most part, most good food processors don't require you to peel tomatoes. I do recommend though, a core remover for the tomatoes so that you can easily remove the top and the bottom. Those are awesome. So here we can remove the core, but we don't need to peel them. So I'm gonna add the tomatoes. Garlic, cucumber, and as you can see, we're getting pretty full. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna run the food processor. Then I'm gonna add my onion and pepper because I don't want to overflow my food processor. But that's just because of my food processor. You may be able to add everything all at once. That's really up to you. So I will see you in 2 seconds. As you can see, I have not waited until this is completely smooth, the food processor. I just wanted actually a little bit of fluid to come down. Now I'm gonna add the peppers and the onions. Then I'm gonna let this run quite a bit. That way, all ingredients are going to be mixed very well. I'm gonna add the spices and it will be all set. But you want to make sure to let this run quite a long time so that everything basically purees very, very well. Peppers, green or red, really does not matter. And the onion. Make sure you wash your hands well. I always stress hygiene, remember? And here we go, and we're gonna let it run. Next stop will be for the spices. So let's go for the spices. I usually start with the salt, then I add the vinegar, and then finally the virgin oil. Olive oil, excuse me. I really want to try this right now, but I'm gonna wait. And just from the side, look how the color it has. If you want more of a pink color, just add a little bit more watermelon. This is a good time for you to add more watermelon if you want to. Let me add some salt. And again, salt to taste. I am not one to over salt, but it's completely up to you. Some people like things very salty. Some people like things like me very unsalted. So I would go mild. So I just added 2 teaspoons to start with. Remember, usually tomatoes need quite a bit of salt. Now we're gonna add balsamic vinegar. And we pretty much want 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. So let's see. Oh, and we're coming to the end of my balsamic vinegar. So that's 1 tablespoon. Thank goodness I was prepared for this. So we have a second one. And I'm generous with my balsamic vinegar because I like it. So that was a little bit more than 2 tablespoons. But that's up to you and what you like. Wrong one, wrong cap. And last but not least, a bunch of olive oil. Don't forget we still have to add the mint. But these are the spices. And I would be generous with my olive oil. Now, mint. Let me cut the end of the mint and just use the leaves. And you want to save some leaves for prettiness at the end. And we're going to run this yet again. You are looking for this kind of consistency. Very, very smooth. If you feel like it's not smooth enough, one way to fix that is by adding a little bit more olive oil. Let's try it and see how it is. If it needs something, we fix it. Nothing like being the tester. Oh, delicious. And it has that fresh taste of watermelon and of mint. Perfect for the summer. This is a great recipe. And it's different, right? For spring, summer, even early autumn when it's not cold yet. I highly recommend it. Let me show you what it looks like once it's served. Watermelon gazpacho. And I added some mint leaves to decorate. Please note, I am not a great decorator. And unlike the regular gazpacho, where you usually put harbor legs and prosciutto on top of it, we usually don't. This is just the gazpacho and some mint leaves. Let's try it one more time because it looks so delicious. Delicious, yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh man. Okay. You know what? See you later. I'm just gonna sit here and eat. Bye-bye. Enjoy. And I hope your pain feels better. Thank you.